Hello, sixth graders. We are going to be doing multiplying decimals today. So we just practiced regular multiplying. So now we are going to work on decimals. Okay, so the first thing we are going to talk about is some vocabulary that if you're reading a word problem, that means to multiply. Okay, so we are over here in this vocab section. So again, these are words that if you read a word problem and you see them, they can mean to multiply. So hopefully we all know that the word times means to multiply. So if they say 3 times 5, so that's a very good word. Another word that could mean to multiply would be product. Product is the answer to a multiplication problem. So if you say product. And then double, okay? Double means we are multiplying by 2. So that still means to multiply. Same thing, triple. Triple means we're multiplying by 3. And then you could even go further than that, quadruple, all that good stuff. But we're just going to stop there. And then hopefully from 5th grade, you remember that the word area also means to multiply because you have to multiply the sides. Okay, so now we can talk about the pieces of a multiplication problem. So that word is going to be factors. Okay, factors are the numbers being multiplied. Okay, so in this problem down here, right here, these are the factors. The answer is the product. So factors, the answer is product. Okay, so now let's actually get started on this multiplication. So in this first problem, we have 1.23 times 4.5. So we just talked about which number is going to go on top because in elementary, they might have told you the bigger number. But in this case, technically, the 4, this is a 4 and this is a 1. A 4 is bigger, but we're not doing bigger. We're doing the longer number. So in this case, we would have 1.23 times 4.5. The 1.23 goes on top because, again, it is longer. And then the other special thing about multiplying is we do not care where the decimals go. Okay, so notice my decimal is here and here. So we just talked about buttons. This is not that type of problem. When we are multiplying, we just put the numbers where they go. We do not add zeros. We just do it just like this. And now we're going to multiply like normal. So 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. And 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay? Again, I'm ignoring the decimal right now. This is a big mistake my 6th graders make. They try to put a decimal somewhere. We're not ready yet. Mark out my carries, my 5, and then I need a smiley. Don't forget your smiley. Now we're going to multiply the 4. So 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. And 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, again, I'm ignoring the decimals right now. So now I can add, and I get 5, 3, 15, 5. All right, so now this is where the decimal comes in. Again, we have not done anything with it. So now we are going to look back up here at the top, okay, and we are going to circle the numbers behind the decimal. So again, my decimals are right here. So in this top problem, in the top number, I'm going to circle the numbers behind the decimal. So the 2 and the 3, and they both get their own circle. Now I'm looking at the 4.5, and I'm going to circle the 5, because again, those are all 3 behind the decimal. So what we are going to do is we are going to write a 3 right here. So that helps me remember that I need 3 hops. My answer needs 3 decimal places. And when I say hops, okay, we're going to start at the back. We have an invisible decimal because it's right now it's a whole number. And I'm going to make 3 hops. When I say hops, they go around the number. So I'm going to move the decimal place 1 hop, 2 hops, 3 hops. So that right there is where my new decimal goes. You can even mark that other one out. So my final answer now is 5.535. or 5 and 535 thousandths. So that is how we do decimals. So let's practice on the next one. Okay, now we have 20 times 1.064. So again, my longer number goes on top, and I'm going to set it up over here. So my 1.064 is longer, and then the 20, I'm not adding zeros. I'm just going to set it up just like that. Okay, on this one, let's go ahead and circle our numbers behind our decimal, okay? So I'm looking at this number right here. Let's circle. I have a 4, a 6, and a 0. Now, on my 20, does my 20 have any numbers behind the decimal? No, it doesn't have any decimals at all. So my answer is just going to have 3 hops again, and I'm going to draw that 3 over there so I don't forget it. And now we're just going to multiply like normal. So 0 times 4, 0 times 6, 0 times 0, 0 times 1. A row of zeros, it's fine. We need it. We can't just ignore it. So smiley face. Now we can multiply our 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Then I get 12. 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. And 2 plus 1 is 2. And now I can add, okay? I get 0, 8, 2, 1, 2. And then I have to put my hops back in. I have 3 hops. So starting at the back, 1, 2, 3. All right, so my final answer is 21.280. Now, I also need you to understand that let's say you get this as your answer, but your answer choices has this. One of your answer choices is this. Those are the same thing. That 0 back here, this is just extra because it's at the back. It's the same thing. So both of these are your answer. They could be the same thing, okay? All right, last one. So we have 1.4 times 2.19, and I want to bring your attention to the answer choices. So if you look at the numbers in the answer choices, notice they all have a 3, they all have a 0, and they all have a 6, 6. The only difference is this one has a comma, and then these have different decimal places. So I'm not even going to do the multiplication. I am just going to circle the numbers behind my decimal and see which one has the right decimal place. So in 1.4, I would circle the 4 because, again, it's behind the decimal. And in 2.19, I would circle the 1 and the 9, and they need their own circle. So that would give me 3 hops. So if I look at A, it has a comma. It doesn't even have a decimal, so it's out. B, okay, 3 hops. So if I started at the back and did 1, 2, 3, that is in the right spot. C, starting at the back is just 2 hops. So that's wrong. And then D just has 1 hop, so that is also wrong. So in this situation, I don't even have to do the math. I just remember my strategy and I can figure out the decimal places.